Steve Horn here with Short Sales Done Easy in Phoenix, Arizona. We're discussing the 5 steps of short sales. Right now we're on step number 4, which is obtaining written approval. This is a very vital step in the process. We've waited 2 or 3 months to get to this stage, and now it's finally time to figure out what the bank's terms are going to be. And in this step, step 4 of obtaining written approval, that's what we're going to find out. We're going to find out if we've priced the home correctly, or if the bank is willing to accept the purchase contract that we've been working for the last 2 or 3 months. So when the appraisal is sent from the bank's negotiators to their investors, the investors are going to review the seller short sale package, they're going to review the appraisals, and they're going to review the purchase contract. If all 3 come in line, meaning that they find enough hardship in the seller, they find the value of the home to be what the purchase contract is submitted in at, they are going to go ahead and move forward and give us acceptance. Acceptance could come in the terms of, yes, we are willing to accept this short sale, but Mr. Seller, you show a heck of a lot of income in your IRA, or your debt to income ratio is a little bit higher on the income than the debt. So what we're going to ask you, Mr. Seller, is that you provide us with a promissory note or cash prior to the close of escrow. This happens in, I'd say, probably about 50% of the cases when you're dealing with the first and the second. The second is never going to get as much money as the first is, so usually the seconds will always request a promissory note or cash. When we get down to this stage of written approval, everything is negotiable, always. So the bank, if you have a house in Gilbert and you had it listed for $200,000 and you had a purchase contract come in at $190,000 and the appraisal came in at $195,000 from the bank, now we're $5,000 off. We get the buyer to come up to $195,000, just like that, but maybe the bank in their written approval terms says, hey, Mr. Seller, we'll accept the $195,000 offer. However, you need to provide a $5,000 cash contribution prior to close of escrow. In most cases, this will be a good deal for the seller, because in most cases there's about a $50,000 to $100,000 deficiency that's being removed. If you can agree to a $5,000 cash contribution and wipe away the ability for the bank to come after your deficiency, you've struck a pretty good deal. Now, in a lot of the cases, the bank will come back with very high numbers, and we'll be able to whittle that down to pennies on the dollar, because I have strong negotiators that work on your best behalf, so that we ensure that you do not have to come out of pocket with a whole lot of money in order to get through the short sale. We understand that you're going through a hardship, and it's our job to limit your risk, liability, and what you're going to have to contribute in most cases to waive $100,000 to sometimes even $300,000 worth of deficiencies. So we always have your best interest at heart when we are negotiating your short sales, and we need you to know that. There's some functions, some companies out there, some third-party negotiators, they don't have your best interest at heart. They're not dealing personal on a personal level. On our team, on the Steve Horn team, we do deal on a personal level with you. We house everything inside. I want to control everything inside. I want to control my negotiators. That's a huge value proposition that we bring to the table. So when we get down to the written approval stage, which we're waiting for, we're able to communicate with you clearly on what the bank is looking for. We're able to bring you the best offer back from the bank, and hopefully we go to close, which is the next step. Remember, at Short Sales Done Easy, we do make your short sale done easy.